welcome to another episode of Cabin Adventures. As you can see here, we're not really in a cabin, nor are we in a space that we regularly are in the outdoors. We're starting things off at Pearson International Airport. We're going to make our way out to Banff, Jasper, and various other locations in the Rockies, stopping at by a few nice cabins along the way. Pick up and make our way over through Banff to Blaeberry, British Columbia. From Blaeberry, British Columbia, we're going to make our way through Jasper and stopping at our second final location, the second place that we'll be staying at, Tête Jean Cache in British Columbia. And from there, we'll make our way to Willwood, Alberta, to our final cabin that we'll be staying at. And from there, we'll take the plane from Edmonton back to Toronto. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Glad to have you guys on board.
From the overhead bin to avoid injury to yourself or other guests. Your crew members may have...
Well, we have made it to lovely Calgary. Time to grab the luggage and grab the rental car. Let's head on over to the car rental place to see what whip we got going on. Well, there's the whip for the week. And here's our first night lag. The Sandman. Not necessarily a cabin, but we'll get there. Well, good morning, folks. Night one complete. And an early start. It's about 7:30 right now. Just getting the clothes ready. We're gonna hit the open road. Today we're first stop, some groceries. Gonna pick up a few items at the grocery store and on to Banff. We'll catch you folks on the road. Well, our first sight, right there, what you see, is the ski jump from the 1988 Calgary Olympic Games. Pretty neat stuff. Jared, you ready for the first day of the journey?
Ready.
It is. -1 out here, folks. There's our chariot. Should be smooth and quick. Our first view of the Rocky Mountains.
Holy crap.
A very typical Alberta view. Some mountains and farmlands.
And Yasik's favorite song.
Getting closer. How's the driver doing?
Amazing. Driver's very happy.
Well, as we approach Banff here, that, my friends, is Cascade Mountain. Welcome to downtown Banff. So we're in lovely Banff right now. We just registered for both national parks, Banff and Jasper. We got the 3 or 4 day pass for that. So we're all saddled up in regards to that. Very soon here, we'll walk around for a little bit, but we're gonna head to Lake Louise and do the first hike of this adventure. So right now, we're in the friendly neighborhood liquor control liquor store. Prices in general seem to be substantially higher than in Ontario. That is for 4 beers. So after a successful grocery shopping adventure, and of course the liquor store, which turned out to be not so bad after all. We did pick up some beers, we did pick up some wine. So not the end of the world. We're headed to Lake Louise now. So that's where we will start our hike. We're doing the big beehive in and out. Basically around 8-9 kilometers more or less. We'll get an exact measurement of that as we go through here, but should be pretty good. Fingers crossed that parking is not too bad there. Just look at these views. That, folks, is what we call a glacier. Look at that.
I'm not
peak.
climbing up that one, I can say that for sure. That's probably, is that a kilometer up? The elevation.
What day view. Doesn't get much better than this. Well, here we are on the trail. So basically, the first destination is the the tea room. I believe that's what it's called. It's about 3.4 kilometers away from here. And then we're gonna head to the big beehive trail, which is about 4.3 kilometers here. So we are about 2 kilometers in here. So might I inform you that everything is uphill. So it definitely gets the ticker going. How are we doing back there, Jared?
Great. It's uphill both ways, up and down.
Oh man, this is gonna be a slog. But this is what we do it for. So just an update here. We're 2.8 kilometers in. Oh, sorry, 3.2 kilometers in. 286 meters elevation heightened. We're going for the long haul here, folks. Off to T Lake. Actually, it's Moraine Lake, but it's, what's the name of it? T something. We'll catch those out there. So we're here on Mirror Lake. Let's listen. And this is what we're dealing with. Sit back, watch, and listen. These views are really what keep you going. Each one nicer than the next. Just a casual day in the mountains. We made it. 7.1 kilometers. Took us a little bit over. Actually, great question. How long did it take us?
Incredible. Work it. We get that mountain right here.
We pushed and we persevered. We made it.
Beautiful bird. I'll find out he's like the equivalent of a crow in Ontario.
Well, here we go. On our way back. About 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers more or less. You can see beautiful views behind me. See how it goes. It's all downhill from here.
Thing is going on right now. It's like, I'm dying and you're taking photos?
So, as we go down here, I just want to put in perspective exactly where we were. Right up there. So the Grail filtration system to the rescue, as per usual. Gonna purify some pristine water and enjoy a nice refreshing sip. We need it, that's for sure.
It'll take a while. Not that long. Oh, they're sore. They're so sore.
Well, after that stupendous adventure, time to finally head to our first cabin. To Blaeberry, British Columbia we go. So slight change of plan. Highway 1, unfortunately, is closed. That basically makes us have to go right around, which adds basically 2 hours of travel, unfortunately. So we'll be getting there in the dark. However, that being said,
Spirits are high.
spirits are high.
We're taking the scenic route.
You got it.
Yeah.
Those switchbacks. We get to go through the tunnel. Oh, I guess it's not that long.
It's still a tunnel.
It is still a tunnel.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Well, on our adventure, we just saw our first animal. It came pretty close. we almost smacked a deer, so we carefully swerved over and whatnot. But yeah, she was pretty close. That's for sure.
Literally 20 meters from a sign that said "Watch for wildlife." That was fun.
We'll have to keep an eye open. That's all. Well, we have made it to the Blaeberry base. Nice and cozy little cabin. We have the we have the bed here. This pulled out right over here. Should be all right for a one night stay.
The first
What we
brand,
got here?
The Grizzly Paw Brewing Company Evolution IPA.
Nice stuff.
I'll get pictures.
Well, here we go. After a long day. Pretty tasty stuff. So one thing that we have to get going before anything is dinner. We have not stopped for dinner, so we had those croissants from the friendly neighborhood farmer market store that we were at. It was the IGA. So we got that going, and yeah, so tonight we're gonna have steaks. It'll be pretty awesome. Good old-fashioned Berta steaks.
Maybe.
So, one thing that we just realized, the bathroom is almost as equally in size as the entire cabin.
And look at the toilet. You're on a pedestal.
You are on a pedestal.
It is truly a throne.
Perfection. So, one additional thing to this lovely bed and breakfast is the sauna. Come in here. Lots of pretty oils and whatnot. And in here, we got the sauna. Okay, let's turn on the lights here. Let's blink this on. There we go. Look at that. A feast for a king, including a goblet of red wine. Well, after that delicious meal, time to take this wine goblet over there and jump into the sauna. She was a wee bit toasty, but exactly what the doctor ordered. Feels pretty damn good, not gonna lie. So Jared,
Yes.
we're gonna avoid the cuddle session tonight, okay? Well, with the fireplace roaring above me here, it's time for us to shut down for the night. We'll catch you folks in the morning. Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another day in the mountains. Yeah, so we're about to wrap up here. Just made some coffee here and time to hit the road. But basically today, we're headed on the Icefields Pathway, one of the most beautiful roads in North America. We're going to make our way to our second cabin adventure in Canada-Jasper in British Columbia. So basically, we have to loop around once again because obviously Highway 1 is closed. So we're going to do that. It's about a 5-6 hour drive. I'm sure it'll be a lot longer just because I'm sure we'll stop at a few spots, but it's going to be a good day. Well, our first pit stop, let's grab some breakfast. Well, we've reached the first hike of the day. Right now, we're just on the cusp of turning on to Highway 1, so the Icefields Pathway, and we're going to make our way to Twin Lakes. Let's see how it goes. So we're about a kilometer in here. The trail, I would say, is a little bit easier than yesterday's. It's certainly a lot less steeper, but it's enough to get the ticker going and fog up the glasses, as you can see here. That's it. Some bullets along the way. Edible mushrooms, of course. We won't be picking them today, unfortunately. Too much kilometers ahead of us.
That's crazy.
Smith Lake. So we're headed back now. A beautiful, beautiful lake. Honestly, the peaks out here are just mind-blowing. So now we're gonna head on back to the car. We're about 500 meters away, more or less. And we're gonna head to Athabasca Falls. But first, the majority of the Icefield Parkway. We'll catch you folks out there. So we are back in Alberta now, and as you folks may or may not know, the province is known for its wild roses, and there is a mass amount of them everywhere. Pretty cool. Be nice to see them fully bloomed. Well, fortunately, it is fall after all, so. About to hit that dusty old trail one more time. So just a recap from yesterday here. I have to believe that those glaciers have been around for thousands of years at this point in time. Just a marvel. That's insane.
Floodplain, maybe? Yeah.
Pretty incredible. So this shows you exactly the distance that the glacier has traveled. So in reference to this, there is that lake, Sunwapada. And we're going to climb up this hill and we'll see the current situation. What does the glacier look like? Also, by the way, folks, I was wrong. Some of the ice is about 400, 450 years old. It's not thousands of years old. So as we continue to climb here, we got a bit of an update. So that looks like Mount Kitchener right there. So a little summary of what we're looking at here. Mount Kitchener is hidden all the way over there. The snow dome should be in there, in that area. And there's Mount Snow Dome over there.
Athabasca Glacier.
And then there's the Athabasca Glacier. And there's Mount Andromeda. And then Mount Athabasca up there. So my closing thoughts on the Athabasca Glacier. I'm standing where in 1992 the glacier was. My thought, my belief, is by 2050, this will be completely subsided. I guess we'll wait and see. So just a clarification, this part will be gone, not the back part. So we have made it to Athabasca Falls. As you folks can see behind me, she's roaring. But the scenery around here is absolutely stunning. So this entire section, all around here that you can see behind me, was eroded by the waterfall. Pretty crazy stuff. Just having a little nap. And there's our first animal. So we have made it to beautiful Jasper. Gonna fill up this beast. But at least we have a nice view. So we have made it to cabin number 2. This is what we call the she shed. It is called the she shed. We're in Tête du Jean Cache right now. We've unpacked everything from the car and we're gonna start making dinner. Got Chef Jared cooking up some chicken wings over there. Let's take a gander.
Strategically avoiding the flames.
The finished product. They didn't stand a chance. Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another day from the she shed. But we're leaving the she shed just for now. We're gonna take this Jasper Sky Tram. We're gonna take basically a gondola up the mountain and spend the day up there. We'll see how it goes. Well, we have made it. Stopped by for coffee in Jasper. But 5-10 minutes from now, we should be making our way up there.
Just to put all the tourists and overseas travelers and workers into it for this summertime season. That range right you got the people who want to make sure you cross the metal, sure and 2. In the range, especially if you're you kind of see this red, orange, sandy beach. You can see a little bit up from up here. There's a nice paved walk around it. Everybody go check out, especially this summer, very popular swimming spot. Behind it's also Lake. It's because the times when the trail leaves the station, so just want to get along a little bit earlier so everybody when it shows up. Just so you don't miss it. You're going to get out on the right.
So this is probably the steepest mountain that we've climbed throughout our duration of the Rockies, but these views. Only a few meters to go here, folks. We're getting there. What goes up must come down. Unfortunately, one thing that we've learned in the Rockies for sure is down is usually a lot harder than going up. Well, cheers, man. That was a hell of a hike. It's been a hell of a trip so far. Some mac and cheese and bison chili. They didn't stand a chance. Finally on our way down.
There's two trains, both going opposite ways.
Snake. So we're headed back to the Airbnb, but one more pit stop before the day is done. Mount Robson. And we're definitely not hiking. The beautiful Mount Robson. So we have made it back to the she shed, and yes, as you can see in daylight, this is why we call it the she shed. So let's take a spin around the property here and show you folks exactly what we're staying at. So over here on the right hand side is the outhouse, which we don't really need to take a tour of. It's an outhouse. It's an outhouse. So in here, there's the garden, and I'm just gonna lift this a little bit, but this is also the shower. So the water's funneled from the inside over here. And it's connected to this little guy, which obviously you can shower with. And we're definitely going to take full advantage of that here in a minute. Got ourselves a little fire at the she shed.
There's no she's in the shed.
There's no she's in the shed. Doing some darts.
Poorly. 16?
That's a 7. Close though. 18. Scratch. Well, despite it only being 8 o'clock Pacific, it's 11 o'clock back at home, so it's time to wrap things up out here and call it a night. Tomorrow's another day. We'll see you folks then. Well, good morning, folks. One final coffee at the she shed, and it's time to hit the open trails. And by trails, I mean the road. Today, we really don't have an agenda. We're gonna go to Jasper. We're gonna take a look. Since we don't have internet reception here, we're gonna take a look online, see what our options are, and make our way slowly but surely to the east. Beautiful breakfast with a view. So after walking around beautiful Jasper for a wee bit, I think it's time for us to treat ourselves. After 3 days of hiking, grueling conditions, uphill, downhill, time to hit up that spa. So we're gonna take you folks on a little bit of a tour of the Fairmont Spa here. So back here, you got a little area where you can get some drinks, some water, whatnot. And out here you have the heated swimming pool, which is about 90 degrees, more or less. And over there is the hot tub. But as you can see, spectacular views all around you, including a lake. Back here we have the steam room on the left and the dry sauna on the right. Well, after a phenomenal spa day, we did the sauna, we did the hot sauna, we did the pool, and we did a hot tub, and of course we got the massage. Amazing. Time to hit Jasper one last time for dinner and hit the final trail of the leg. Leg of the tail. Well, after a delicious meal at the world's finest Montanas, we're headed out of the mountains, unfortunately. This is probably one of the last glimpses that we will see of the mountains. It sure has been swell. Some mountain goats. Well, the end of Jasper National Park. There's the gates, and there's the open road. Final hills have just come and gone. Now Wildwood, Alberta is our next stop. So we have finally made it to our final cabin. This one's at the Lone Pine Ranch in, as previously mentioned, in Wildwood, Alberta, just outside of Wildwood, Alberta. Let's take a look inside and how it looks. Another very cozy setup. This time we got 2 beds. We're both living in comfort. Let's take a look at the bathroom. So here's, obviously we have a fridge, but we probably won't use that. We may use that. It's in here. That's the furnace room. It's a little furnace room, as you can see. Everything's wood. Very similar to the majority of the cabins that we've been at. And here's the shower. A normal shower. Well, good morning, folks. The inevitable has come. Pack-up day. Pack-up day, travel day. We're, right now, it is 6:27 local time. So, I guess that would be 8:27 in Ontario. So, we're gonna travel to Edmonton from here. It's about an hour and a half, hour 40 drive, more or less. Shouldn't be too bad. And then hit our flight for 10:45. We'll catch you guys on the road. Gorgeous sunrise around us. The return of the BMW. Well, with our baggage successfully picked up, the Uber's on the way. Time to sign things off.
Lyft. Uber was too expensive.
Uber was too expensive. You're absolutely right.
$150.
I'd just like to thank Jared for joining me on this awesome adventure. It was a hell of a ride. We'll catch you folks on the next one.
See you in the next one.
you.